So I've been selling pretty well on Poshmark this year and obviously this Q4 as well. And I wanted to share some things that have worked well for me in the hopes that maybe they'll work for you as well. Now, a lot of people are pissed off with the recent changes that Poshmark has introduced with kind of negating the impact of sharing, right? It used to be a share for share culture. It was kind of more of a community feel. And now they're moving towards more of like an algorithm format where a lot of other things matter more than sharing, right? And I get it. I understand why that bothers a lot of people, but honestly, my sales have been wild lately, and I feel like that definitely has, partially part of the reason to play into why those sales are wild. Now, obviously, it's holiday boom as well, but there's a lot of different factors. And so a few things that you should focus on, in my opinion, is first and foremost, sharing still does matter. So if you're sharing from your closet, that can still help you get some sales, right? And if you're sharing other people's stuff or you're sharing it from parties or anything like that, obviously then that doesn't matter anymore. So I would stop doing that. And the second thing is make offers. So the two ways that you can pretty much automate both of those are, the way that you can automate both of those, so 1 and 2, sharing from your closet and making offers, is just use a share bot that's also gonna make those offers, right? And so what I use is a Posh Sidekick. It's phenomenal. I did an entire tutorial breaking down the strategy behind it, why it works, how you can set it up super easily. It's like, I think like $30 a month. I honestly don't even know anymore. I've paid for it for like a year and a half now, roughly. I did an entire tutorial on YouTube, so if you want to see that, just drop a comment and I will send you the direct link to it, or you can just search Bryan Posh Sidekick tutorial on YouTube. So that's the first thing. Make a ton of offers, and that share bot probably has contributed to thousands of dollars in profit in just the past month or two alone. Obviously, it is Q4 as well. And on top of that, you have to be listing the right things as well, right? So share from your closet. That is still helpful because one of the sorting things when you actually search for an item on Poshmark is obviously it auto sorts to relevance in most cases now, which is a good thing. Again, algorithm, like what we're talking about. But also one of those little categories is most recently listed or most recently shared, so it does still matter, okay? Also, like I said, the offers, so automate that. It's gonna help a ton. But then the third thing is make sure you're listing the right things, right? Right now, obviously a ton of Christmas stuff is selling. We just moved into December. I'm recording this on December 1st. So Christmas stuff is going off the walls, right? And you wanna be listing stuff that is time and season and trend relevant. So obviously if you're listing things like bathing suits right now, or anything that has to do with other seasons or anything like that doesn't fit the current mold and time frame, probably isn't a good idea. It's probably a waste of your time and not going to get you the results you're looking for, as much as listing something like Christmas stuff, or a lot of things that have been selling well for me recently have been like jackets and stuff like that too, because again, hence it's cold outside for a lot of people in the US currently, right? So think about that, right? What are the current trends? What should you be listing right now? But little caveat there, a lot of people make the mistake of, okay, it's December, let me list Christmas stuff. In my opinion, you should have listed all the Christmas stuff like a month or two ago. You want to stay ahead of these seasons, you want to stay ahead of these trends, because if you start spending all your time, or even your virtual assistant's time or whatever, listing a bunch of stuff for Christmas, that might get you some sales, yes, but you should have listed it weeks ago, if not months ago, because let's say you spend hours or a ton of effort listing that stuff now, by the time it's all listed, Christmas is probably gonna be close to, if not already past. And so you should be listing stuff ahead of time, staying ahead of trends, staying ahead of seasons, staying ahead of holidays, right? That's the third thing. And the fourth thing finally is you want to kind of branch out with your suppliers. Now, if you're a reseller, this is obviously going to be different. If you're a drop shipper or you are interested in drop shipping like I do on Poshmark, then first and foremost, let me know in the comment section below if you want some clarification on how you can do that well and the right way. I did, again, an entire recent tutorial on how I approach it and how you can do it as well. I will send that link to you, or you can just search my YouTube channel. It's fairly recent. I think it's like within the past month that I dropped it. But on top of that, you want to differentiate your suppliers, because that's going to matter so much, right? Like I always tell people in the beginning, build your stores with like Walmart Plus and Amazon Prime because of the shipping advantages that you get with that. But the thing is, you start there, right? You want to finish with like other suppliers that a lot of other people don't have access to, right? So for example, for me, one of my one of my best suppliers in my opinion is a vintage shop near me that also lists their stuff online, so I can monitor all their stock and their like you know, obviously like list with it, get all their pictures and all that stuff as well. But the other one is just it's like a boutique kind of clothing store near me. And why that's an advantage is because, one, everybody doesn't have access to that because it's local, right? So I can go grab those or even order them to me quickly and then ship them out. And somebody else that is, you know, in Idaho or California, I'm in PA, doesn't have access to those products, right? And they're not gonna know, they're not gonna be able to find them anywhere else online pretty much, right? Let alone, you know, the prices, right? So again, the prices are subjective, especially if it's like boutique or something that they can't find. If it is something that's easily findable or there's a lot of similar products to that, then the price is going to be very, very relevant. But if not, and it's tough to find and a lot of people don't have access to that product, then it becomes kind of like a subjective price point, and you can get higher margins on that. So you can mark products up a lot easier is what I'm trying to say. And so those are the 4 things that I really want to focus on. If you knock home all of those, I guarantee you will do a lot better on Poshmark, but also just e-commerce in general. So first and foremost, share obviously from your closet. That does still help. And you don't want to focus mainly there, but if you're already running number 2, which is an offer bot, then Posh Sidekick does both of them anyway, so you might as well, and it's fully automated. It's a game changer, right? And then third, you want to focus on listing the right things, staying ahead of the trends, staying ahead of the holidays, staying ahead of the seasonal products and stuff like that. List them before it happens or before you're in that season or that trend or that holiday. And then fourth is differentiate your suppliers. If you're starting out right now, build your store with Amazon Prime, Walmart Plus. It's going to build the base of your store and allow you to kind of get started and get that spark, but then differentiate. Don't be afraid to search out and find other suppliers that people around the country don't have access to that you do, and you can take advantage of A, those products, but also B, subjective prices a little bit easier and mark your price up. So really hope that helps. Any questions, let me know.